What would you do if you were born with a silver spoon? Some people say that they'd work even harder to make their parents proud. Some people went wild, knowing they always had a safety net to catch them. But what if there was someone who did both? Imagine being born rich, but choosing to create your own success instead. Meet John Jacob Astor IV, the richest man who ever lived. He may not have been as well known as some other wealthy people, like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, but he did far more with his money than any of them ever did. And it's safe to say that without him, the world would be a very different place today. So let's take a look at what we can learn from this amazing man. First off, he was driven beyond inheritance. He wasn't satisfied with just being rich. He wanted to make a real difference in the world. He built the Astoria Hotel, a luxurious NYC landmark that represents his legacy. He constantly reinvented himself and pushed himself to new heights, even though he didn't need to. That's why he's an inspiration to all of us, whether we're rich or poor. Second, he had the courage to dream and create. He boldly chased his love for science, patenting cool inventions like bike brakes and turbines. He also wrote a science fiction novel called A Journey in Other Worlds. Published in 1894, it shows his creativity and curiosity despite his wealth and status. Third, he had a strong sense of service and patriotism. He didn't shy away from danger or sacrifice when he could have easily avoided it. He served in the Spanish-American War as a lieutenant colonel, even though he was already rich and famous. He volunteered to serve his country because he felt it was his duty. That's the kind of courage that we all admire and respect. Fourth, he wasn't afraid to love and be loved, even if it meant going against society's expectations. He married a woman named Madeline Force, who was much younger than him. Of course, people judged him and criticized him for his choice, but he didn't care. He loved her, and she loved him back. That's all that mattered. And finally, he went down in history for his last-minute heroism when the Titanic sank. He helped his pregnant wife into a lifeboat. Before he went down with the ship, he refused to save himself because he wanted to make sure that his wife and unborn child survived. That's the ultimate sacrifice. That's the kind of love and selflessness that we should all strive for. John Jacob Astor IV was more than just a rich guy who lived a lavish lifestyle. He was a man of integrity and honor who used his wealth to make a positive impact on the world. He left behind a legacy that continues to inspire people today. And that's why he's not just a historical figure, but a role model for all of us. If you want to know more about him, I highly recommend reading The Richest Man Who Ever Lived by Chris Jones. It's a fascinating biography that will give you a deeper appreciation for this amazing man. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.